The next performer on the stage originally from Detroit. She's been in New York City for 3 years. We love her here. Please help me welcome very talented Imrana.
Well, I've been going through a lot of issues lately, and one of the problems is, well, I have to have a swan lane, bad at fitting, and it's not bad, it's just the irritation from all the phlegm that builds up when you're trying to like dripping down. Just want to make sure some guys had dirty minds, like it's not. But you're still stuck on the visual. But I'm from Detroit, and it's been, everybody says that, you're like a big fish and you can get out of a little pond. It's not true. You're just a big fish going to a big pond with other big fishes. And that's what New York is to me. It's an amazing city. I'm not going to say it's a bunch of crap. I actually stayed in Brooklyn and, But my thing is I've developed fears ever since I've been out here, and those fears keep progressing every day. I live in Jersey City, which isn't like the greatest city in Jersey to be living. So as I catch the path every morning, I'm always like, oh shit, I'm running late for work, running late. Yes, it's like a 10-minute hike for me to get up this hill, and then all of a sudden like there's sweat coming down, and big girls sweat a lot because we have more time to lose. So I'm just like, I'm gonna get to work, gonna get there. And all of a sudden what happens, I miss the path. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm just standing there looking around, and all you see in the area I live is more South Asians, just like, Indians and Pakistanis, especially South Indians. And the funk just builds up. You're standing there waiting for the train, and the train's tracks are smelling, you see the rats going by, and you're like, God, why did I move from here to here? And then you get to your destination. In my case, it's the World Trade Center. Now, luckily I don't cover my hair, so I don't get put on the spot like, oh yeah, she looks suspicious, please stop her right now. With me, it's the case like, why is she carrying such a big bag? What's in there? Let's pull her. So, going through that. The biggest fear is walking up the stairs and I'm wearing heels today, but I'm usually really flat when I walk, I'm like 5'3". So like when you're walking up the stairs and there's like a really tall, huge guy behind you or in front of you, you're just like, oh shit, please don't let him rip one. You're just like, oh my god, did I rip my perfume today? Did I have my hair? I mean, come on folks, getting to work itself is a challenge. And then what pisses me off actually when you're on the train, I haven't noticed this in the NYC train station, which is really good. I don't know whether to call it a subway or train, whatever. I mean, I used to catch the bus in Detroit. So, you're like standing there, there's like no spot, and all you're doing is like, oh, okay. And then people don't even have the courtesy to say, okay, let me give this poor girl a space. I mean, I got a big bag, and I'm like just standing there. And then what pisses me off is like, the people that, not the ones that block the doorway, they're at least nice enough to let you in. And the people standing there hogging the pole like they're going to pull it. A good like 10 people could just stand around here and like stand still, but no, they gotta hog the pole like they're gonna like, oh yeah. So me being new to the city, like people from back home, they call as I said, I'm Pakistani, and people like come from back home call them fobs. I'm sure like Koreans have the same kind of terminology somewhere. I found out Chinese do too. Fob is fresh off the boat. Of course, when I call somebody a fob, they're like, we didn't come on the boat, okay? We came on a plane. Coincidentally, the Pakistani Airlines is called PIA, pain in the ass. So you're just like struggling with them, and it's bad enough to speak English or to speak your own language, and they mock you. See, that's where they can up their hand. Oh, you didn't say that word right. And how can you tell me it's like this? No, dude, come on, speak it right. No, I don't give you a break. You make fun of my English, I'm gonna make fun of you. Bring it on. So the problem is like when you see some of these fobs at like these dances and the shows, like some got rhythm. Some have so much rhythm they need to contain themselves. Their mom's playing in the background and all of a sudden they're like, and everything has to be Bollywood style, which is like, the Indian musicals, 3-hour show. So they come to the club like prepared. They get the girl standing in front of them like, yeah. And you're like, oh I just said like, yo, amigo, what's going on? Yeah. Bring some sugar my way. That's the only thing I like right now, but I don't pass for my own ethnicity, which is sad. I pass for like other people's ethnicity, and it's like, oh man, if only I spoke the language. There's so many hot Latin guys. I don't like it when I get confused for Arab that much though, because the problem is when you meet another Arab man, they're like the horniest bastards in the world. They look at you like, oh, hello chica, how you doing? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not Hispanic. No, oh, you're not, what are you? I'm Pakistani. Oh, wallahi, I'm so happy to see you. You're so beautiful, my sister. Oh, are you Muslim? Yeah. Oh God, alhamdulillah, you are Muslim. Oh, my sister, oh, just sit here next to me, I take care of your bill, don't worry. And you're just like, oh God, I'm such an old man. And they're so horny that I saw my sister's boss is Palestinian, of course they pronounce it Philistine. So I'm like, oh, you're from, how is it in Palestine? And he's like, it's very good. I have 2 daughters and no son. And I'm like, that's kind of small for a Palestinian family. He's like, yes, it's very hard to get your wife to just get her to stop for you. And I looked at his daughters, and one of them was like drop dead gorgeous. Like you would just see her walking and be like, damn. And actually, that was my response when I saw her. I'm like, damn. And then his other daughter was like working in the room, so I'm like, what's with her? And what's with this one? And because one was like totally goth, like she had like, black hair, black makeup, and you're just like, what was the difference? And he's like, let me tell you something, Imrana. A woman's womb is like a fertile garden. We must come and spray. Sometimes you get a rose, sometimes you get a tulip. I was like, in your case, you got a weed. It's hard for us to find men. I mean, luckily my mom's like, as long as he's Muslim, I don't care. I don't make sure. Heard that before. Then she threw it, he can't be black either. We have other arrangements of meeting guys through the internet, and one of them is called shadi.com, weddings.com. And the problem is that technically we're not supposed to be dating, no hanky-panky, but we do it anyway. So what happens is you go to the website, and I'm not typical like basic guys, ideal because I'm like on the plumper side. They prefer their women to be like 90 pounds, 5 feet, actually 20 pounds, 5 feet, and they want them young. I'm only 28. For them, young is like 19. I am a divorcee. I did get married at 16, and it was through emotional blackmail. It wasn't my dad holding a gun to my forehead. And it was basically like, now that we're, I'm growing up, my mom's like, go find a guy, just do whatever you have to get a man. I can't be like, Mom, I get man, just not the way you want me to. Shadi.com, and there's profiles on there, of course, of men, and all of them fobs, which is hard to tell. Well, it's easy to distinguish in their English because the grammar errors, and there's more than one. So you're like, oh crap, so I have to respond. This guy was awesome, so hot. He was like maybe 6 foot, brown, with like a nice Fabio, but like not too built. So he was just like, I'm looking for a girl that is 5'6", at least 100 pounds, and she must be very respectful, high-powered job, and be willing to travel with me anywhere. Basically, ladies, what he's saying is, I need a woman to like follow me and do what I do. If I go broke, she better pay my ass. And the problem is with these sites, when people meet, you can't distinguish stuff from men, especially basic guys. You're just like, okay, what's going on? I want to feel love, but I can't feel love. So, you're just like left wondering, like, what is there? Unfortunately, that's how all South Asian men are. So, with that, I thank you guys for having me.